Hey guys, welcome to Gamepass Check, a game series where I check out games on Game Pass and tell you whether or not it's worth downloading. Today we're checking out Sea of Thieves. Originally, back in 2017 when this game came out, I would have told you to stay away from this game with the 10-foot pole. But it pulled out No Man's Sky on us, and it's consistently kept adding content to make it almost a completely different game than it started out as. Now to gameplay. If you're looking for a single player experience, personally I wouldn't have played this myself. This game's really meant to be played with friends. Now my friend Jesse said he did like playing it solo with the biggest ship. That gave him an interesting hard experience of him managing it by himself, which I could actually see. I haven't actually tried it myself, but I wanted to throw that in there because that was an interesting perspective. Now there's something different in my opinion about yourself panicking and you and a group of friends panicking, trying to figure out who's on the cannon, who's fixing the ship, who's steering it. It adds that nice chaotic feel to it. Now missions do start off as a stereotypical MMO like missions. You go there, grab this, come back, turn it in. Later on you do unlock better missions that require you solving puzzles or even like given a route of a ship that has sunken and you have to figure out where the ship is along this route. And then there's random world events that can be as boring as fog, which can add a lot of tension, and if you're fighting another player that could add a lot more because the fog you can only see a few feet, to stuff like volcanoes erupting and megalodons attack coming out of nowhere. Map is technically always online, so you do have that kind of thing where random players are on the map, which adds interesting things. If they're hostile or if they're not, you might end up fighting them, who knows. But dying in the game isn't really a big deal unless you're in the middle of a mission. Then you do kind of have to restart it, but you don't lose progress. You do lose temporary loot, which is another thing, in my opinion, that does bug me. You get temporary loot basically, so anything you get off the islands is basically temporary. So the next time you log off, you lose those special cannonballs that you've kind of been collecting. When you come back a later day with your friends and start continuing playing it, you just start off with the default loot that was already inside the ship, which is nice for the wood because now you don't have to be low on wood if you've been sinking a lot like me and my friends, but not for the special cannonballs so much, which are some really cool interesting ones that are hard to find. Story, there is no story. If you're looking for a story driven game, maybe check out the Oxenfree Game Pass check video, but yeah, when it comes to story, there is really no story in this game. Graphics, it runs pretty well. I'm rocking GTX 1060, getting around 60 FPS and 1440p on a mix of ultra and high graphics. It does have a cartoony look for the boats and islands and character models, and somehow the water has a realistic look and somehow fits really well with the game and its cartoony vibes. Now this game does have HDR, which is really nice looking. It really makes the sun really stand out and the flames on the island, on the sticks, and small details such as darkness, and the contrast is just so much better. Now to the end, and sure, I do think you should try this with your friends, even if you have one other person to play it with. Yeah, you can get some fun out of it. Now solo, I personally wouldn't, but if you're like my friend Jesse who found it fun playing solo on a 4-player ship to manage it by yourself, which does actually kind of sound interesting after you told me that, maybe consider it. But outside that, if you guys got any other games on Game Pass that you want me to check out, throw it in the comments and I'll do a video on it. Thank you.